Heidi-ho, neighbors, Rado Goji here, and as you can probably tell, I'm borrowing the good mic again. Yay! Welcome back to LEGO Marvel Avengers, and today we're going to be starting off by doing stuff with the Captain Marvel DLC pack. Now, just because I want to get these out of the way, I actually have all of the miscellaneous trophies written down. Like I said before, every DLC pack has 5 trophies with them. Beating the story stage with True Avenger status, and beating the story stage with all the mini kits collected are 3 of the trophies that every single of these DLCs has in common. But there's always 2 other miscellaneous ones that have you set the characters and set the players as different characters, or use a character to do a certain thing in this certain place, etc., etc. First off and foremost, I'm going to be changing the characters to a couple of different ones for Captain Marvel. Need to find out. Guessing this is where Captain Marvel's right there, so I guess that's where that starts. I'm looking for Tick, and then MODOK here is going to change into Classic Hawkeye. I don't know if he's up here or... Yep, there he is. And that unlocks a trophy called Tick Team Up. Now, one more miscellaneous trophy we've got here, because something I did forget to mention is that... something I really even didn't realize, I guess you could say, is that not only did we get additional characters and levels for these DLC packs, but we also got other vehicles. And I don't know if it'll come up on here, but there is a trophy for using Captain Marvel here as... we're using her... There's like a Sky Cycle or something that she has that I can use. Is it in here? Those look very Sky Cycle-ish. Oh, those are horses. They're unicorns, actually. Yeah, fair enough, I guess. I guess we're going to have to find a... Yeah, we're going to have to find Actually, we can just head it right up to the helicarrier from here and then just take that to the... What's the word I'm thinking of? The vehicle pad that gives us flight vehicles and stuff. Oh, I guess you can do that. I don't know too much about Captain Marvel as far as like what she does and what her powers are. She seems like a kind of like another version of Superman, sort of like Hyperion. All I really know about her is that her name is Carol Danvers, and here we go. And I believe back when she was called Miss Marvel, she was the person who Rogue from the X-Men got her accidentally like siphoned her powers permanently from, or something like that. Sky Cycle Style is the name of the trophy I just unlocked, and this is really... Oh, I forgot, because pushing up on the control on the left stick makes me go up, and pressing R2 makes me go forward. I can never remember that. So, yeah. Because back when Rogue was, Rogue first started off in the X-Men comics, she was also she was also an evil mutant at first. She was part of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, and she was changed to the good side because of Rom's Space Knight, from what I understand. Which was a toy tie-in comic that's actually been taken over by IDW now. I've been reading ROM, IDW's ROM, and it's actually really good so far. So check that out if you want. But anyway, Rogue's mutant ability is to be able to temporarily take the, through contact, like skin-to-skin contact, can take the... thoughts and memories of the person that she affects, as well as if they're a superhuman, she can take their powers temporarily. But Carol Danvers, she was in contact with her for so long that she actually got her super strength and flight abilities permanently. As far as I know, she still has those. I haven't kept up with X-Men lately,
Hi there, Carol Danvers here. Well, at least I was, until I got caught in an exploding psyche magnetron machine. I came out of the blast with an extra lobe in my brain and some pretty awesome superpowers. Going by the name Captain Marvel and wearing a cool costume, I battle evil. Things have gotten pretty weird around here recently. A few unwelcome guests coming out of the woodwork.
That guy.
Oh, what now? Lady wrestlers? You're putting me on. Let's make this brief, Pound Cakes. I've got places to be.
But yeah, like I said, I don't know.
There we were in the park, when my old adversary, Pound Cake, suddenly shows up out of nowhere.
I don't know too much about Captain Marvel in general. I do know that the latest Civil War, event, Civil War II or whatever, which was, let's face it, only made to capitalize on the Civil War movie that came out around the same time. It's not Captain America versus Iron Man. Now it's Captain Marvel versus Iron Man for some stupid thing. I don't know. I didn't. I made a decision not to follow that, but the problem with Marvel, it seems, is that they want to have like massive crossover events every 5 minutes. Like when I first got into because I like first got into really collecting, I mean, not really collecting comics, but like really reading comics, like last year when the comic book store opened up in my town. And the newer Secret Wars event was going on at the time. And I didn't read that. I started reading like around the time the new #1s started coming up. I got into Iron Man and Doctor Strange mostly. I'm trying to get into an X-Men comic as well. I've been pointed towards Extraordinary X-Men, which is one of the current ones, mainly because it has Colossus and Nightcrawler in it, and those are my two favorite X-Men. Colossus is my absolute favorite X-Man. Then, like not too long after that started, Civil War II started, and Invincible Iron Man, which is one of the main comics that I'm reading, started keeping a lot of story out because it was crossed over with Civil War II, and Tony Stark is a huge player in that. And then there was that, and there was International Iron Man, where Tony looks for his birth parents or something like that, which is a thing. And now it's splitting off into two other Iron Mans. Like, Invincible Iron Man is starting over again with the new Iron Man person, Ironheart, Riri Williams. And that's going to be the new Invincible Iron Man, which is starting over again at #1. So I don't know anything about Riri Williams. There are a lot of people who are super excited about this character, but they don't... I don't know anything about the character. I'm sure that it may be good. I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, a swing. I can use the swing. But I have no idea how it's going to be. I'm gonna take a look at like the first issue or so to see how it is, to see whether or not I want to continue with it. But I don't know who this character is. She just came out of nowhere. She's been shown like 2 or 3 times. Like, she's a super genius kid who invented her own Iron Man suit. Okay, fair enough. But I'd like a bit more character development before we go making this the permanent character. It's just something that came out of left field. I don't know if it's to be politically correct or whatnot. Like, the female Thor thing seemed to kind of come out of left field. And I don't read Thor, but from what I understand, the female Thor is Jane Foster, who is an already very established character, so I'm okay with that. But Riri Williams is just this other character, this character who comes out of nowhere, and just seems to me to be thrown in there just for it to be a black female. And I really do hate to put it that way, but because I'm not, I'm not, like I said, I'm not against there being, superheroes of different, of different descriptions, because humanity in itself is a huge spectrum, and again, I don't mean to get political and stuff like this, but this is just my thoughts on it. Like I said, I don't have any problem with there being a black female Iron Man, I guess, but at the same time, there's also a point where things like that do feel kind of forced just to have that in there. I hope I'm getting my point across and not sounding too much like an asshole. Because I would hate for someone to feel unincluded and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Oh shit, a laser good. But I'm gonna see the first couple issues of issue or so of that to just before I really make any judgments. That's really how it's got to be. I'm not gonna judge until I actually see it. And if it's good, I'll keep with it. If it's not, I'll get out. Because the other one that's coming out is Infamous Iron Man, which is Doctor Doom as Iron Man. And that seems a little more interesting to me because I know who Doctor Doom is. So, yeah. Now, I have no idea what we're doing to Pound Cakes here.
That got her attention, but I think it's safe to say she still looked pretty mad. We had to act fast.
Oh no, we activated a sprinkler. Oh, we activated the fountain, and she's distracted by the fountain. Okay. The writing in this level seems a tad contrived. Alright, so we can
this gal wasn't gonna go down
do some damage to her now. Okay.
That tackle attack gave me an idea. Maybe she needed a little charge of her own.
Okay. How do I activate that? I need to... I mean, there's obviously a team-up attack I'm supposed to do here, but... Oh, there it goes. I had to stand there. Okay, fair enough. Alright, so... Excuse me! Excuse me! Oh, okay, I see what they were doing there. What they were going for. I'm picking up what they're putting down. You know, after I've seen it done.
Ouch! Now that was an accident just waiting to happen.
But what I'm saying is that I don't judge characters, based on, their nationality or whatnot. It just feels kind of contrived when it feels forced to put them in there. All I can really hope is that they do a good job with her, because on the opposite end of the comic book rivalry in Green Lanterns, they had Simon Baz, who was a Lebanese-American Muslim. And at first I thought, well, it's, kind of seeming like forcing themselves to put a Muslim character in. But, from what I've seen, Simon Baz as a character is very good. So I don't have any complaints about that.
That's when Pound Cakes got really mad. She was on a super rampage and called me out for a one-on-one wrestling match. I'm no wrestler, but hey, somebody...
So now that we're done with the whole the most controversial episode of Squeeze the World ever, now you know how I feel about that kind of stuff. Let's never speak of it again.
That's Pound Cakes taken care of.
Well, that was quick.
Great. What now? Jan Rog. I should have known he was behind this madness. Looks like he's going to crush my lovely city with another city?
What?
Can't do that.
That's kind of cool, actually.
That's how I like it. Come on, Cap. We have to stop that Kree before the Big Apple's only fit for strudel.
Alright, I guess we're going into another part of the level, unlike the last bonus level thing. But anyway, I gotta go ahead and cut this here because we're almost out of time. But when we come back, the second part of the Captain Marvel level. I've been Rado Goji, and I'll be here next time. Join me, won't you?